Live from a hollowed-out tree stump in the middle of no man's land, it's Married with Comedy. Oop, I hit my head on that. With your host, James R. Freeman and Jeff Onyx. Married with Comedy. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up, people?
How about that? How we doing out there in Radio Land?
Have you noticed something?
It depends on what I'm supposed to have noticed, because I have noticed something.
Microphone.
The microphone is closer to me.
I attached.
Oh, I see.
I made a microphone change for you. Yeah. And it's no longer on that, but...
I'll tell you what, that drone sound is...
less.
It's very low.
Yeah.
I almost said it was gone, but then I listened, I'm like, you can still kind of hear it.
That's the air conditioner outside, though.
That might be the air conditioner, but what we were hearing before was not.
Yeah, and when
now it's gone.
When somebody uses the hand dryer, we're going to hear that less now too, because we're not attached to the pipes anymore. So on today's show,
shout out to you, man. Let's start off the show with a shout out to the big man doing the hard shit.
Thank you, Lord.
Like literally, I come in and I write this.
You're talking about the big. Wait, are you talking about God? Wait,
no.
Are you talking God or Biden or me? That's your notes.
Oh, Biden.
That's funny. Hey, so on today's
but anyways, yeah, so I did that like right here 10 minutes before we started. But then like he plans everything. He stays an hour late, puts this shit on the internet, and I mean, I'm a producer. I already violated a word on the list.
Okay.
We're going to have to think of a penance for that. But okay, I'm going to try to watch my language tonight, folks.
So
we're trying to get church sponsors and advertisers.
On today's show, Married with Comedy is on. Should be on over there,
I should say Christian, huh? Not just church.
Look.
It is Christian.
Married with Comedy's on here, too.
What? Can I... Oh, should I play it? No. Should we?
Well, because...
It'll be a view, wouldn't it?
I don't know. You do whatever you can do, boo-boo.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You're the one that knows what can be done.
On today's show...
Oh, boy.
We've got... This Week in Comedy History. We've got... the breakdown. We're going to talk about that. We the Outpost survival tip of the day, not Outpost, because we're not Canadian.
A boot.
We're going to do 420. We got Ghetto Chef coming up. Prison rules. So I went to the thrift store and then comedy whore, pathetic pet of the week, comedy judo, and taking out the trash. And tonight we're recording this December 5th, 2020. Something new. Not only you can watch this right now live on Facebook 9 to 11 on Saturdays. We're streaming it live on the radio server too. But this program is going to rebroadcast on KC Comedy Radio on Wednesdays from 9 to 11.
Finally, at night?
At night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Wednesdays. Wednesday, 9 to 11.
You're the best.
Is Wednesday okay with you? Wednesdays, 9 to 11.
You
Married
are the
with
best,
Comedy.
dude. Because people don't know, because, we're just talking, but people don't know, but I asked if we could do that.
Yeah.
Because technically, this is the man who makes all the decisions for the radio station, for everything, for KC Comedy
And
Radio.
I had a meeting with myself.
Board meeting?
I approved it.
Did you have to vote?
I voted, yeah.
You had to vote?
All four
Did you do
of
a secret ballot?
Yeah, all the four of me voted. The reason four
it's
of me
like Biden,
voted,
right?
Well,
secret ballot my ass.
Two of me voted.
Have you seen that video, by the way?
I was going to say,
we got to get back to that.
Two of me voted, but one of me had to leave the room, and then the other one of me pulled out two more votes from
under the table.
Sorry.
Where's the evidence, though, Jeff? That's not evidence.
That's not evidence. A signed affidavit in court is called is evidence. Just saying. Anyway.
No, that is not evidence. That is a factual presentation of someone's version of what happened. Oh, wait. I don't know why I did that in the Trump voice. That was stupid. He's like on the other side of what I just said, but whatever, you know what I mean, damn it.
Well, I got to tell you, also, if you're listening to this, you could listen, go to chat.kccomedy.com, get in the chat room, chat with us on there. If you don't like Facebook, you can get on the chat room, chat.kccomedy.com. You can listen in there in the chat room and also, interact with us because it's live in there. But also, the rebroadcast of this, after we're done with this, it goes on to Anchor, Rumble, Spotify, a whole bunch of podcasting platforms.
Rumble, that's the one I couldn't think of.
So if you're into, downloading podcasts, you can download this as a podcast, even though it's a live radio thing. You can download it as a podcast.
That's awesome, sir.
So I figured I would.
Awesome.
I figured I would start the show with us explaining all that stuff, so that people know what's going on. So that's what's up. So you know what I think that's yours.
I was like, dude, I love these pens.
It's my pen. You left it.
Wait, because I've got the one in black right now, so it's a 0.7 though. I like the 0.5s.
You left that one here last.
That's awesome.
A couple weeks ago.
I was wondering where my pen was. Okay.
You left it here, and you're like, here, you can have this pen.
Here's the red.
This
is the red version. It's a 0.7 also, which I like, but I really like the 0.5.
I gave you a pen, and you gave me a pen.
Okay, did I give this one to you?
No, I don't care.
Okay. If I did, I'm sorry.
Because look, I got stacks of pens.
Because I didn't remember that.
Starting January 3rd, we're going to start interviewing comedians again for the. I don't know. Instead of doing comedy shop class, I might include them in the comedy horror part and say, on the phone, we've got a real live comedy horror.
Oh wow! So we're gonna change my segment, which is comedy horror, I have to come up with something else, and we will call that segment comedy horror.
Whatever you want. If you want to still do.
That's awesome. Could we do that? I don't know. Is that disrespectful to the comedians? I don't know. That'd be badass, right?
Well, I thought I would run it by you and ask you.
This week's comedy horror.
I thought I would ask you if that was cool to say, instead of comedy workshop, to say, this week on comedy horror, we've got an actual comedy horror we're going to interview.
Okay. All right, I'll come up with something else for comedy.
No, you don't have to. You know why? Because I'll let you know. I'll let you know ahead of time if we've got a guest.
That's what I'm saying. But my segment, I don't want to call. If we're gonna call that comedy horror,
well, we could call it. We could call it comedy workshop.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Class.
Well, let's try out about that. Hopefully, this radio thing.
My wife. My wife's a trophy wife also, but. Bad luck for her that I'm a participation ribbon.
Oh yeah, me too. Apparently.
You remember last week I told you about that guy?
My wife acts like she lost the race. I'm like, honey, you stopped running.
Do you remember
before you ever met me?
Remember last week I told you about that guy that I said accidentally? I said, "Thank you, darling." Remember that guy?
Who?
That guy I accidentally said, "Thank you, darling," and he's like, "I could be your grandpa."
Oh yeah.
That guy?
Yeah.
I was at a completely different store.
Was enjoying it.
Completely different store. Doing the same thing.
Guy?
Same guy comes up and he's like, "I saw you at the other store. I live over here. I'm so glad to see you again." I was like,
"So you have a Jamie?"
Mm-hmm. I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm willing. I'm willing
to."
Is
that what we're gonna call stalkers from now on? Or we're gonna call him Jamie?
I don't know what a Jamie is.
The little midget girl.
Oh, Jamie, yeah.
He stalked us both. That's so funny.
Do you remember when that one kid, Chris Pine, after Marty stopped hanging out with him, he'd be like, "Marty, I miss you. I miss being around you, Marty. Marty, can we hang out, Marty? Can we be friends, Marty? Hey, Marty, is this where your daughter sleeps?" Oh.
Yeah, he ended up hanging out with
the bad kids.
Sort of.
The other
like
clique?
Kyle and who's the other dude?
I know, but some of those people are sending me friend requests now.
I don't even talk to them people no more.
I don't know. Okay, so well, that was the opening.
So weird how important they seemed at the time.
You mean in our lives?
Well, I mean in the circles, because to me those people aren't important unless they're doing something for me. Telling me that they're not going to do shit for me because they don't like who I work with is stupid.
I was looking for glasses. I forgot my glasses.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
I have them around.
You write very small.
I have them around there somewhere. You know what I could do? Just leave it way over here.
Yeah, you have the opposite problem than me.
I had some glasses, but if you open
These are mine.
I was gonna say if you open the drawer, you'll knock into the computer over there. Yeah. No, they're not in that one.
Okay. I thought you were telling me to look in there.
No, I said if you open the correct drawer, they might be in there, but to look, you would knock into something. It doesn't matter.
What drawer is the correct drawer? Behind here?
No, that drawer.
This one?
Yeah. So, I'm not very good at planning ahead sometimes, even though I plan really well. What is up with
I
that?
didn't see him.
Oh well, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'll deal with it. Did you
Sorry.
hit the microphone?
Fucking hit the microphone.
Hey, you guys, Jay hit the microphone. That's cool. Just leave it alone.
I don't see
I'm good. Thank you for looking, though.
I know. And then I crack out on stuff like that. I get like
All right.
fixated or
Yeah.
whatever.
Don't worry about it.
What the hell is that? Is that a basketball?
That's a basketball used as a coin. Isn't it?
Heads and tails.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I know. It's a comb.
All
That
right.
little bulge you were seeing.
The
Is
first,
that a comb in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
yeah. This week in comedy history, from November 30th to December 6th. Here we go. January 12th, 1930 to November 30th, 2017. Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors was. He died
Wait.
November 30th.
Jim Neighbors was not a comedian.
Jim Neighbors technically was a comedian.
He was not. He was the entertainer.
A comedic?
An entertainer he was.
Well, he was known as a comedian because his comedic style from Gomer Pyle and Andy Griffith.
Okay, but he...
Andy Griffith?
All right. I forgot about Andy Griffith. I
was
will
also
give you
Carol
Andy
Burnett.
Griffith.
He was also a actor, comedian on Carol
did
Burnett
have
show
good
a lot.
timing.
Here we
He did
go.
have good time. I don't know. I just never considered him very funny, maybe. So that was part of it.
Well-
he was funny in Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah, he was.
And I don't ever remember him being on Carol
Well,
Burnett.
you know him from his role as Gomer Pyle, Jim Neighbors. By the way, his name is not
He was
spelled
very
like
talented.
neighbor.
Don't mistake me. He was very talented.
You might not know that in
Sing.
1965, he
That
signed
comes
a
baritone.
he signed a recording deal with Columbia Records and recorded 28 albums. 3 of the singles from those albums went gold or platinum.
28.
28
I didn't
albums.
realize that. I mean, look, I was just saying.
But
he
they
was
weren't
that-
all from
He
Columbia.
was a great baritone.
They
He was
weren't
a
all
good-
from Columbia, though.
He was a good singer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew he was a singer. I just didn't realize he
I
had
love
that
his
many
singing
fr-
style. I sing like that.
What do you mean?
I sing that style.
You sing. You make it sound like when you sing that style. You also sing like Axl Rose.
Yeah.
You also so when you say that
I'm-
me, I would say if you were saying that to me, you should say it more like I can also.
Hey, Mrs. Onyx.
I can also imitate Jim Neighbors' style.
Well, I'm saying
Because
I'm
that's
most
how I-
comfortable. Most comfortable.
Okay, so
singing
when
in that
you
style.
sing naturally,
I'm
you
most
sing-
comfortable singing like Jim Neighbors.
it's a little bit lower than mine. It's a little
Yeah.
bit more like right around there.
Or that style, but
Yeah.
I can do low
Not
and
the-
high though.
Not the I can't
Baritone?
quite, I can't really get down there. I try. I can't get down there. I'm a tenor. Just
You know, like that song. I love you because you understand, dear. Every little thing I try. and
So he's got that little yodel to him.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I did not remember that.
Yeah.
But you do. You have that little yodel.
Yeah.
My daughter has that. I told you this, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. Everyone out there, listen to me. You're being deprived of some wonderfully talented young ladies. And do you know why?
Because you don't like videotaping them.
Because they're a fucking baby eat. Sorry. I apologize. See?
You
I
did
get
it again.
upset.
Hey, you need to put a. See how I did that? Yeah, you need to put a quarter.
So we're going to have
And
to
the
figure out how to
custom.
do that.
We should have the Comedy Vets trophy sitting here,
No.
and then every time one of us cusses, we got to pull out a quarter and throw it in there. So you
I'll
got to
say
get a roll
this.
of quarters out.
If you're out there in Kansas City and you are into like film and industry, I have 2 children that are very talented girls that could use a little bit of maybe singing instruction,
But
or now have to go and get Skillshare for Christmas because somebody can't teach me how to play the guitar. I have to go learn online.
Stage Dad has to be there
But then we can jam together.
every moment of everything they do,
I still want to play it this way though.
on or off screen, right? On or off stage.
Yes,
They've gotta be there.
I don't have a choice. I already know what's lurking.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, and this is the caveat. So if you're listening to this and you
Yeah.
are
Listen.
into some type of entertainment, and you are a pedophile, the last thing you want to do is be around my children, because as soon as I find out, I'm knocking you the F out.
Well, you're going to like this week in
and there
comedy
will
history.
be no more job for you. So if you're on the up and up, just send a little message. Oh, sorry. What's going on? Somebody out there?
No, I need to get my glasses.
Oh, okay. You're tripping out.
I decided
I'm so worried about that, dude. Finding out what Hollywood was really freaked me out. And part of that is I seem to attract witches.
Well, if you would have read the Feldman files, you would have known.
That POS, man.
Who, Feldman?
Corey Feldman?
Well, he's the one that told everybody about what was up.
No, he didn't tell anyone anything. And let me tell you something else about that guy. He dangled that carrot and dangled that carrot. You know how much money he made on the internet? And then he went out on tour instead of telling everybody the person like he was supposed to. Don't get me started. No. I rode that whole freaking amusement ride. It was ridiculous. That guy is a POS. And all he was doing was quietly blackmailing whoever it was and getting money, I'll bet you, on the side. Do you know who,
Is that why he said that Michael Jackson never touched him because Michael Jackson was dead and couldn't pay him anymore?
Is that the guy's name? You know what I'm talking about?
Cappy? No. Cappy is the
guy who came out and said that Tom Hanks was a pedophile.
I have no idea who these people are. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I just watch
And supposedly committed suicide by jumping off a bridge.
I just watch Polar Express and I know.
But a week later, Tom Hanks takes a picture like right around where this bridge was with a glove, and then over on the side you see a cap with a Y on it. Cappy. Very strange, kind of like, I don't know if you remember these. He had these Instagram posts. They were very cryptic. He supposedly found these items, and there was one glove or one sock or whatever, and it was, some of that stuff was kid stuff. It got a little creepy. Then he got pinched in Australia, and everyone said he had COVID-19, but got picked up by the FBI at the United States. When he got to the airport, the FBI picked him up.
Why is it saying we got so much stuff going down on this right here?
Because they're censoring me again.
Okay.
Anyway, so
this week in comedy history, December 1st, 1940.
How long we go left there?
Richard Pryor was born, and he died December 10th, 2005.
Nuh-uh. He was born
December 1st, 1940.
He was a Sagittarius? I would have swore he was a Leo.
Well, you might not know that Richard Pryor's real name, do you know what his real name is?
Huh.
Richard Pryor's real name is Richard Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor.
Just like John Kyle Henry Thomas the Fourth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names.
That's
Richard
bad.
Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor. Okay. December 2nd.
Wow, so his mama didn't know who his daddy was either.
December 2nd, 1982, Marty Feldman died, no relation. He was born July 8th, 1934. Marty Feldman, not any relation to...
Why is that name familiar?
I'm about to tell you. He's known for his role as Igor in Young Frankenstein.
Yes!
He was made famous for his wild eyes.
Yes!
But you might not know...
But they bulged, too. They weren't just wild.
You might not know what caused his eyes to do that was thyroid disease and Graves' disease. Graves' disease is also called Graves...
That's a death sentence, isn't it?
Ophthalmopathy. Ophthalmopathy. So Graves' disease.
How did he not know he was going to die?
Oddly enough.
His disease says you're going to get buried, buddy.
Check this out.
I'm sorry. That's so insensitive.
December 3rd, 1999, almost, 17 years later,
okay.
Madeline Kahn died. She was born September 29th, 1942. Also known for her role in Young Frankenstein. Yeah.
So Madeline Kahn was a Libra.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
September 29th, yeah.
So she's known for her role in Young Frankenstein, but you might not know that she earned money during college
too, bro.
when she took a job as a singing waitress in New York City, where she found out that she was really good at singing, her clients started asking her to sing songs from things like
okay.
Oh,
that's too much information.
She got a lip piercing.
Oh.
Anyway,
I was going to say
Madeline
that
Kahn.
is way
Not
too
Madeline
much
Kahn.
information,
So,
Mrs. Onyx.
Madeline Kahn. So she took this. What? You hurt yourself?
Yeah, my arm's messed up.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
so
man.
Madeline
I should have
Kahn,
worn my freaking doohickey.
She started. One of the clients there, one of the customers at this restaurant, asked her to sing part of Madame Butterfly. So she learned the entire opera because she didn't know which song the guy wanted. So she goes in there and he says this song, so she sings the song, but she knew the entire opera. So then she started singing in operas after that. And then she became a
that explains that tone that she had, because she had that real high tone that she would always rely on.
And she was
explains it.
Pitch perfect when she sang. She was great.
Wonderful.
Nothing happened December 4th because the rest of the cast
and
avoided
Kaylee's a
them.
Libra too. I wonder if there's any kind of link there. She can hit them really high notes.
December 5th, 1968,
like
Margaret Cho was born. She's known as
Cho?
Margaret Cho? Yeah, Cho. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Maybe, and I was just thinking maybe
Margaret
it was Chow when she was born. I don't know.
Known as a stand-up comedian, but you might not know that at the age of 15, she worked as a phone sex operator.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. December 6th.
Wait a minute. Actually, I think she said something about that in one of her stand-ups.
She does. She talks about that a lot.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch a whole lot of her stand-up, I'll be honest.
December 6th, 1955, Stephen Wright was born. He's known for his deadpan stand-up routines, where he just was, his deadpan routines that he does.
Yes.
But you might not know that he was the couch guy in Half Baked.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that because he was uncredited. Unless you knew who he was, he wasn't listed in the credits until IMDb lists him in there, and it says uncredited now.
Okay, yeah, and I knew who he was, so I had no problem knowing that. I never knew that he wasn't listed as the couch guy.
Yeah, he's not listed as the couch guy.
So it doesn't do at the end, and introducing Stephen Wright as the couch guy.
Well, what's weird is Stephen Baldwin is listed in the credits as MacGyver guy.
Okay, that's funny.
And then MacGyver friend is his buddy that's standing next to him.
Right.
Okay, give me an apple, a paperclip.
Yeah.
That guy? Yeah.
It's peanut butter.
It's peanut butter, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so Melissa got a extra hole in her face, so...
That's so funny. Like, she just puts it up there. She's so funny. Her and my wife are very funny women, but neither one of them are...
They need to start hanging out with
comedy whores like us, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, it's time for the breakdown.
The breakdown, yo. Oh my gosh, I was terrified. Terrified this weekend. Actually, I actually think it was Thursday night.
This chair hurts my back.
Movie. Oh my gosh, dude. If you watch Netflix, and you're a middle-aged man who's married with children, do not watch Knock Knock. At least not until after Christmas. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was worse. I'm sure it was way worse. Because they escalate and then they just kind of end it. Like, it escalates and you can tell it's going to get really bad. And then all of a sudden they let him sit in a chair for an hour and a half instead of them continuing the escalation. So, like I said, you could tell that the movie was probably... But it was done by Eli Roth. Do you know who that is?
No.
Mrs. Onyx, do you know who Eli Roth is? You're a bit gothic. You may not. You may not. Eli Roth.
She's a massive goth queen.
He did a movie called Hostel.
Yeah, she knows that guy.
Yes. So
we have that in our...
He's done some other things, and he's done some better work. I was not a big fan of the second one, so I didn't get into too much of Eli Roth. Okay, but his progression led him to do this movie, and I bet they told him to tone it down.
Two girls?
She's pretty graphic. Yes, with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
And it looks just like... what's sad about that is? In real life, that looks like his house. And
probably is.
And in real life,
probably is.
and in real life, if somebody accidentally came to his door, he'd be like, "Come on in, have a drink." He's a really nice guy.
Oh, for real, Keanu Reeves, you mean?
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Look, and I figured this, dude, they may have written the part for him, and he did such a good job. He really did, and that blank look that he gives sometimes, Freddie Prinze Jr. does it the best. He gives the nobody's home look like you wouldn't believe. That's why he was perfect for Scooby-Doo. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though he didn't look like Fred, he had that.
Matthew Lillard was awesome as Shaggy.
Perfect Shaggy.
You know what his best movie is?
Excuse me, what's that?
Other than Scream?
Matthew Lillard's best movie?
Yeah, other than Scream.
Because in Scream, I thought he really sewed up the
13 Ghosts.
Yes, he did.
I thought that was one of his best movies.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
Sid and Nancy? No, SLC Punk, sorry. I mix up Sid and Nancy and SLC Punk all the time.
I was going to say Sid and Nancy was a different movie, I thought.
Yeah. SLC Punk?
Okay, all right, we're getting off topic.
Okay.
Let's put the brakes on Matthew
So the movie
Lillard.
he's breaking down today is
movie.
called...
It's called Knock Knock. Okay, and the movie is a very creepy movie, and I'll give you the basic premise, okay? A middle-aged man gets Father's Day evening, or I think maybe it's a Saturday before Father's Day, to himself, and his wife and kids go off camping and leave him there to get some work done for 2 days. So it's probably Saturday night. They come home Monday morning or something like that, or Friday night, Sunday morning, whatever. Okay. It's 2 days, and he gets all this extra time to himself. But the family isn't gone, but just a few hours, man. It gets dark and it starts pouring rain, and then there's a knock at the door.
Yeah.
Right, and I think they ring the doorbell too. I don't know. I was so creeped out by this movie. And there's two very pretty girls at the door, right?
Yeah.
Now, one of them is like drop dead gorgeous, right? She did some other movies. She's very beautiful. I'm trying to remember her name. I can't remember it offhand, but very pretty girl. She's got like yellow eyes. I don't think I've ever seen that shit before.
Yeah.
See, there's another one. See, dude, I'm gonna have to bring money with me next week.
You know who her eyes remind me of?
Mm.
That chick from
Knives Out was the one I thought it was.
She reminds me of that chick from They Live,
which is a great movie.
Meg Ryan is not Meg Ryan.
Oh yes, Meg
Foster.
Foster, yeah.
That chick's eyes remind me of Meg Foster's eyes.
It's not the same color though.
I know, but they're
yes,
like
they're that stark.
Meh.
Yes.
Where you can't help
almost
but like
creepy
look at them.
Too. Almost creepy.
It's almost like she's got to go like this. Look,
but she's Spanish.
Look.
Look here.
Look here.
Look here. Why are you staring at my eyes? Because your boobs are lopsided, sweetheart. No, which they are a little bit, but that's okay because that usually means they're real. If they're lopsided. So, anyways,
we have 3 segments today about eyes. That's the second one.
That's weird. Okay, so knock knock. They knock at the door, and he lets these 2 girls in, right? And
because like their car broke down. And
no. They got dropped off by an Uber for a party. And there was something wrong with their GPS or whatever, or the phone died, and they couldn't find the house they were supposed to go to, so they've been knocking on all the doors, and nobody else in the neighborhood is home. Can we come in?
Soaking wet.
Yeah, they're soaking wet
from the umbrella.
Rain. And they're pretty girls. They seem very vibrant and buoyant, if you will, almost like bubbly. So they're not trampish. They're not, being overly trashy or like trying to get. They're not trying to show any indication of anything other than it's 2 college-age girls who are stranded, and we're supposed to be going to a party, but now they cannot find the house, and that Uber guy already dropped them off because he was creepy or something. And so they want to come in and use his computer or his phone, whatever, to get another Uber. And then they come in and they're soaking wet. He gets some towels and he's very nice and he tries to be very pleasant, and they get overly playful with him. And I'm going to leave it at that, except to say that the creepiness comes on very quickly, and it is in your face, and it's hard to understand what side of the fence to be on in this discussion, because the way the girls are pretending they seem very sophisticated, and they speak very sophisticated about sex and things like that. And it's a middle-aged guy, right?
I think it's a planned thing. They plan ahead of time, of course, obviously.
Well, I don't want to be a spoiler. I guess I can, because it's on Netflix. But
let me equate it to another movie.
But yes, they are looking for someone to blackmail with underage girls, catching him and filming him in a precarious position.
I'm going to tell her.
And I'll leave it there.
Well, I was going to say, it reminds me of, there's a character in Dr. Sleep.
Yes, okay, Dr. Sleep, I like that movie.
That lures men into situations, and then she kills them.
Whoa.
You do you, boo-boo.
Oh, there we go.
See?
Rebecca Ferguson, right? The leader?
No,
chick?
the young blonde
Oh,
girl.
that's right. The pedophile. She pretends to be. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. I liked her. Rebecca Ferguson's one of mine, though. Boy, I'll tell you what. She's yummy, bro. She's British, too.
Yeah.
There's a show that I watched for a little while on Netflix with her as a...
As a villain?
No, she was
Did you ever get a chance to get
police
around
officer. It was a British show.
Did you ever get around to 12 Monkeys?
Tell you what,
TV
that's
series.
my goal. Yes, that's my goal for next week. 12 Monkeys.
Great TV series. Melissa and I watched every episode of the whole thing, and then we went back and watched it again because it was so good.
Yeah,
if you watch it from the very beginning,
I'm gonna watch it because you like.
Because I'm telling you, dude. Okay,
this
is not a spoiler.
I don't know.
This is not a spoiler alert.
Okay,
but you have to watch the first one.
Okay,
in
I
order
gotta
to
watch them
understand,
all.
Yeah, in order to understand the other stuff that's going on. But there are going to be some times when you don't know what's going on in one of the earlier ones until later on in the episodes, because there's a lot of time traveling going on.
Right, I got you. I get you.
So
I get you. That's going to be part of the fun. And I guess your advice to me is to not eat a bunch of shrooms when I watch it the first time.
Or you'd be tripping just like them.
For 2 or 3 days, man, I'd be like, what the fuck? See, another one. We've got to figure out how to get these cuss words out of here, bro. If they just happen. I told my wife this. I am not cussing at the children. I merely cuss all the time. That's just me. That's what I do.
I'm gonna light fire in here for the next segment.
No.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, the next segment is
Outpost Survival Tip of the Day.
Outpost Survival Tip of the Day.
Outpost Survival Tip of the Day is this thing.
What in the world is that thing?
It's a Zippo hand warmer. You have to heat it up with a Zippo lighter or some kind of a lighter for like 15 to 20 seconds. I do it for like 30 seconds. On the top of it is a catalytic converter. The catalytic converter takes the fluid that's inside of it and then transfers the fluid up into the wick as heat. And within 15 minutes, probably I should have lit it before the show, then that way you could have seen how hot it is. There's one for you to look at.
Okay.
This thing.
I know it's like being in the Orient or something. You're always bringing gifts.
This
I don't know if you're actually giving me
this ain't
but,
no gift.
But I was just saying.
The Outpost Survival Tip of the Week is a pocket warmer. This is a Zippo pocket warmer. There are other companies that make them. This one I think is the best one that I've ever used. Basically, the pocket warmer, once you heat it up like I just did, this thing will stay warm inside your pocket or inside your sleeping bag or whatever for up to 8 hours, they say, but I get about 5 to 7 hours if you fill it right.
Okay.
So, hi Chris Pemberton.
What's up, Chris?
So, this thing will stay hot for an extended period of time. What I normally do is when I'm out doing the donation stuff, and if it's really cold, I'll put this in either my breast pocket or down in my pants, so it'll stay hot in there. You put it inside this little. You're like, well, that's counterintuitive. You just lit that thing on fire. Why would you put it in that sack? Well, the sack protects it, but also heats up also. But you could put it directly against your skin, and no big deal.
Okay, so there's a catalytic converter.
It's like I call it that, yeah.
Okay, because that's the same thing they put on a car.
Yes.
So then I'm thinking, okay, catalytic converter transfers heat.
Yes, it's a heat transfer.
Then why do they portray it like it helps with pollution?
Well, the catalytic converter, the way that this does is it converts the liquid in here up through the catalytic converter for it to be heated up and converted into heat. So on a car, what a catalytic converter does is it takes the emissions, puts it through the catalytic converter, and it cools it to the point that it comes out and it's got a different. It condenses the stuff, so it does opposite.
It cools because it's smoke.
It does opposite of this.
Cools, it condenses.
Right, does opposite of this.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that I got you. All right, so
in an emergency situation, if you were to keep one of these in your vehicle, in your bug out bag or whatever, I would suggest that if you're going to keep it in your bug out bag
you
or
need
vehicle,
to also have a Zippo.
Well, also have
that's full
also
and ready to use.
Zippo fluid with you,
or a good Bic maybe would work, right?
Well, yeah.
Can I check?
You could even do it with well, that one doesn't have anything in it. That one's empty.
How do I know that?
Well, because I used it. I kept them separate.
So you have to refill the fluid?
Open that up. Just pull the top off. The fluid goes in that little center thing right there.
What kind of fluid goes in there?
Zippo or regular lighter fluid right there.
Oh,
inside there.
Now I'm seeing why Zippo did this. Okay.
Inside there, you put lighter fluid in there.
Okay.
Don't light this part.
See,
lighter fluid goes in there.
Okay.
Lighter fluid goes in there.
And that also explains why they use a catalyst. Okay.
And it has this little tiny filler thing that has a fill line on it, and it fits right in there, and you dump the liquid in there, and then you let it, evaporate for a couple seconds. And then you put the top on there, and then you put the bag on there, and then it's ready to use. I would suggest that once you fill it, you use it within, I'd say, maybe a few hours, because Zippo fluid will evaporate, right?
Right.
If this Zippo lighter, if I don't refill this periodically, it will
Right,
evaporate.
but I thought that was partly because when you pop these open, you pull the inside out, right? So it's not a seal per se.
Well, no,
so it will evaporate.
It
like
will
when
evaporate
you pull
through
it
the
out,
top.
you can smell it, and it evaporates much faster.
It evaporates from the top.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense because it's on the wick there
But
too.
Here's another tip. They sell waterproof containers for these. That if you fill it and then you put it inside of a waterproof container, the lighter fluid lasts way longer. So once you've put something in there, you got to make sure that you use it within a certain amount of time or carry fluid on you. Now, this has been at what, a few minutes? Feel that.
Wow, that bad boy, that'll keep you warm, won't it?
Now, if you keep it in the bag, you could put it in your pocket. You could put it in your sleeping bag. In a
Sub-Zero, because it'll be hot. But if you put it in this bag, because it's polyester, it'll transfer the heat without
burning you,
burning your skin. Yeah.
Right. So once it's in the bag,
Cool.
it actually stays hot, and the bag stays hot, stays warm, and it warms up the whole bag. And the thing about this is, if you keep this in your bug out bag and your emergency preparedness thing or whatever, I spent the night during sub-freezing.
It still says the breakdown on there, right?
Oh.
You never changed the doohickey-dealy. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I'm out doing my my hammock or my tent stuff in like freezing weather, I took one of these out there.
Okay, that's what you were talking about.
Put it in my sleeping bag,
Cool.
especially like down by my feet because my feet are what gets cold the most. I put it down by my feet, and if you put it down by your feet, it'll heat up that foot pouch, the foot pocket down at the foot of your stuff, but it will not light on fire. This won't light on fire, so you've got heat for 8 hours or however long.
At least long enough to sleep. In the cold.
But that's why I've got 2 of them. Because I fill this one and use it, and then I fill one around the same time I fill this one, but I don't light it. When this one's about to go out, I light this one up, and it takes 10-15 minutes for it to get to its full capacity of heat.
Gotcha.
Then that way I can go 16.
Wow, where'd
10,
you get those?
You can get them from Walmart for like $14. But feel that shit. I mean, feel that stuff.
I know, right? See what I mean?
That.
It's so easy. All right, so this is what I want to feel. Yeah, see, it's not very hot in here yet.
Not yet.
But
Because
it
I haven't
keeps
had
going,
it in there.
huh?
Yeah. Here's
so
what we'll do.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Here's what we'll do.
When you buy these, is
right
there a caution, combustible material or whatever in there, and that it can explode or whatever?
They got all kinds of caution things. What are you talking about? So does a Zippo lighter. Pretty much the same thing a Zippo lighter has.
Okay.
On it. That's what it
now
has.
we're talking. Okay.
So it has warnings to tell you.
Well, and there's no fire.
There's no fire.
But heat can build up pressure too. So you got to watch out for that.
Yeah. So like if you stored this next to your
just like a
lighter
vapor
fluid.
Battery, you know.
Yeah, if you stored this next to your lighter fluid, and it heated up the lighter fluid to a certain extent, you know, I don't know because there's no open flame.
All right. Yeah.
There's no open flame, so it wouldn't combust.
Right, and it would have the little
technically
plastic nozzle on the top.
But
okay, I get you.
If you look at this in the dark,
I wouldn't put it next to.
Look, if you look at it in the dark.
Not intentionally.
There's a little.
Like an ember?
It's almost like an ember on top of that.
Okay, yeah. All right, I gotcha. Almost like a heated coil, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because that's like char cloth type of thing. It's like char cloth. Okay. You're familiar with char cloth?
No.
Char cloth is like carbon.
I kind of figured.
Carbon cloth that it holds the heat in it and doesn't burn very quickly, and it takes a flame real easily to let it go. You know what I mean? So it's like that, similar to that.
So here, it's good against heat, but not flame.
Yeah.
Kind of like polyester.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that. There
Catch
you go.
on fire, it'll melt to your skin.
What do you think of that? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah.
That was the Outpost survival tip of the week.
That was pretty neat, dude. It's always pretty neat, though. You know me. I dig it. All right. So after this, we're doing a break, right?
After this one, we're doing a commercial
break.
Cool.
Cool.
And during the commercial break, if you need a commercial break, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's more professional because we're actually taking a commercial break, so we can shut off the microphones and actually.
And then when I tell you the story later, then you'll get the idea why I said that. Okay. So we're doing 420, then we're doing break. Okay.
Give me a break.
Well, if you are paying attention to what's happening out there in the political arena, then you already know what I'm going to say for 420.
What are you going to say?
It looks like Congress is deciding to say on weed laws.
They're gonna make it legal.
Well,
maybe
that's not how they say it, right? So they just kind of go,
make a definitive. Okay, how about this?
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
No, more like.
No, I mean, but their reaction is outstanding.
They're basically doing what they should be doing in the first.
Because at least they're not like this. No, that's evil. You can't have that.
Well, let's talk about it like this.
But it is a gateway drug. It leads you to a leave. Makes you want to take a leave.
Let me say it to you like this, okay? The government shouldn't be getting involved in that. It's not their business. It's not. And the federal government should not be getting involved.
In the legalization of plants that grow?
Not just that, but any type of thing like that.
Well, what
It's
about
a sneaky way to try to take guns. Well, Mrs. Onyx, let's be honest here, okay? Missouri is one of the few states that forced that issue. And secondarily, if I'm not mistaken, there's some type of grandfathered in or whatever. So even if you have your conceal and carry, they can't revoke it.
But they won't renew it.
Right, there is that. And then also, if you own a gun, they cannot force you to sell it.
But you can't buy any more.
But you can't buy any more. So there is that. Now,
isn't that what, like, Portland?
it is what it is.
Oregon? Like Oregon? Oregon legalized everything.
I think it was Nebraska, too. I'm almost certain it was Nebraska.
Let me get this straight. There's an opioid epidemic. And there's, like, all these people who are, like, on massive drugs. So what we're going to do is legalize it?
No, legalize weed. That's
no,
smart.
they legalized everything else.
Did Nebraska legalize everything? No, that was Oregon.
Oregon
I'm talking about
legalized
Nebraska.
everything.
They legalized weed. And I think a lot of these places are legalizing weed because meth is taking over.
That explains why
and
it
the
took
only
so
thing
long
that fucking stops those idiots
to get my table from Nebraska
is to give them
Furniture
some
Mart.
weed, huh?
That's why it took so long to get my table from Nebraska Furniture Mart.
What kind of TV did you say?
Where was this supposed to go? What kind of wood?
Oh, bro, I don't think we have any more Vizios.
No, it's a table. I said table.
You said table?
Table.
Vizio doesn't make tables.
Is this teak wood? Is this a teak wood table? Is it supposed to be walnut?
Funny, dude. That's so
man.
funny.
I sent a pine table.
Hey, bro, is this cherry or is this pine? Bro, that's walnut.
So
what?
So the Congress?
Okay, so
Congress?
It looks like, and then we're not talking about state Congress, okay? We're talking about United States. Crypt Keeper is running this biatch, okay? And let's give a shout out to Nancy Pelosi.
Nice save.
I know, right? So let's give a shout out to the Crypt Keeper, Nancy Pelosi.
Crypt Keeper. Yeah.
When Trump was wanting to do a bill, she's like, it's got to be 3.5 trillion. Got to be 3.5 trillion. Now they're trying to pass a 900 billion.
Your claps are really loud.
Oh, sorry. After screaming.
What?
After screaming.
Yeah.
The president wanted too little, which was twice what they're talking about right now. So, can I do that? Does that count? Anyways, so I think what's happening now is they're about to do martial law, and they figure if these people have weed instead of guns, that we won't even have to kick their door in. What? Crypt Keeper is way better person than Pelosi. He could do her job. I don't think the Crypt Keeper was a he. Wasn't the Crypt Keeper a she?
No.
Yes.
No.
How do we know the Crypt Keeper was a he?
Because it's a dude.
How do we know that? No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What do you mean he says it?
They them.
I know, right? Wait, how do we know what pronoun the Crypt Keeper is? That's funny. I'll have to check because I've got a Tales from the Crypt comic book. I've got the #1 issue.
You know, Heavy Metal was a comic book?
Yes.
Or
I would
illustrated
love to
book series?
There was a guy once at a garage sale selling his comic books for $1 a piece. And he had 10,000 comic books. And he had some of the most obscure books. Dude, I should have bought these things. This was years ago, but I really, really regret that. That was a good financial... I identify as that bitch.
We can't say that. It's one of the words.
Well, we can say it now.
No.
We're trying. We're trying.
Nope.
And I think the church people should understand that. You know, we're reforming, not reformed. Sort of like the Catholic Church. Okay, so my 420 today is that the Congress has finally got off their fucking... Sorry. See? It just happens so easily, so beautifully.
Freaking...
Off of their darn thumbs.
Darn.
Sitting directly on those.
Dang it.
So that they can't do this to vote. Right? So they're finally getting up. And one of the other things I liked about the discussion they're supposedly having is that they want to dial back some of the laws that have put those people in prison just for marijuana. So I like that. So that's my 420.
Do you know this and this was opposite?
What?
This, in the Roman gladiator times, this meant put them on the stake, kill them. And this meant send them back down into the... because they would raise them up on these platforms through the Colosseum.
Gotcha.
And that meant they can go back down in the Colosseum. And this meant they're going to die.
This isn't one of those times where you just pretend like you know what the heck you're talking about, right?
No, that's
okay.
That's real. All right.
Like
so,
when you told me Snopes knew about the dog tags, and then ends up I'm right, and then that's not the only things that Snopes has lied about. Just for the record.
I'm just saying.
They don't teach you that in boot camp for no reason.
So
It's
after
ridiculous.
the break, we're going to do Ghetto Chef, prison rules. So I went to the thrift store and comedy horror. And we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to go to those things. So you can mute your mic if you want.
What?
How'd you like to eliminate your expensive cable bill forever or get new satellite internet where cable can't go? Well, now you can have affordable satellite internet service for a few dollars a day. All you need is a mini satellite installed, and you can have unlimited internet connections wirelessly in your home or office. And no cable boxes means unlimited connections and no clutter. You can surf the internet or stream any of your favorite television services with no cable. And the best part is, satellite internet service costs only a few dollars a day for your entire home. Yes, fast internet to surf or stream television for a few bucks a day. Call now for free details and learn how to drop your expensive cable bill.
800-430-8761. 800-430-8761. 800-430-8761. That's 800-430-8761. Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. That's 800-515-2397.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah! What do you think of them commercials, man?
Dude, them commercials are awesome.
I like the internet one.
You like the internet one?
What happens if I want to get the internet one?
You call that number.
Well, I mean, but what happens when I call that number? Do you know? Have you ever used the company?
I've called those numbers before. I actually used to run a call center, so I know exactly what happens.
Okay.
You call there, and they qualify you. And the way they qualify you is they ask you some questions. You ask them
Are you
questions.
a homeowner?
Well, they ask you those questions. You ask them. You answer the questions, and you ask whatever questions you want. And then they get to the point where they pitch you on what they're trying to sell to you.
And they can do it on the phone now.
Yeah, and they can do it on the phone. So they pitch you on the phone. Why? I used to do that. They used to pitch people on the phone. But the thing was that we would try to not allow people to ask questions, because if we allowed people to ask too many questions, then it would interrupt our pitch to try to push them what we want to sell them. And if they ask too many questions, they might get a smaller package.
Well, what if you said, ma'am, I'm sure you'll have plenty of questions, but maybe I'll answer some of them on the way.
That's not how
Let
it
me go
works.
ahead and finish what I was going to say, and then maybe you can ask your questions at the end.
They would start to ask a question.
So
I'd be
in
like,
school.
"Is your name Jay? I'm going to have to interrupt you here." I'm going to interrupt you, woman named Jay. Okay, so the
woman named Jay. There is one.
there is one. The Ghetto Chef episode
My
today.
aunt. I don't want to get into it.
I didn't bring it with me because I'm going to explain it to you. You'll know what I'm talking about because it was phenomenal.
That's why my cousins call me Jamie.
If you want lasagna,
okay, lasagna,
and you don't have any lasagna noodle,
then you're not going to get lasagna.
I made lasagna that tasted as good as regular lasagna, if not better. And the way that I did it was, I took out my mandolin, and if you don't have a mandolin, you can just use.
The heck is a mandolin?
You could use a cheese grater that has the thin cheese thing. A mandolin is a device that cuts fruits and vegetables and meats and different things like that. It's a cutting device.
My wife has one of those.
So,
Gotcha.
so what I did was I took spaghetti squash. You clean it. You clean it. You peel it. I took a potato peeler, which took a long time. You peel it. Yeah. You clean it, and then you put it on the mandolin, and you slice thin slices of the spaghetti squash, which makes really thin layers. I also have a machine that I can do the same thing with regular squash or with zucchini, where you put it on there, and when you crank the thing, it makes long sheets as wide as the zucchini. Anyway, so you take zucchini or spaghetti squash or any kind of squash and make real thin sheets of it. You use those thin sheets instead of noodles. So you make your lasagna.
You realize that this is called Ghetto Chef.
Yeah.
People in the ghetto ain't gonna have a mandolin.
No, but if you don't have a mandolin, you can cut it really thin with whatever you have laying around. And if you don't have anything laying around, you could just chop it up and then make a layer of that stuff and then do your layer of whatever you're going to do. So what I did was we did like a layer of whatever tomato sauce that they had with their, and then a layer of the noodles, which is the squash. Mm-hmm. And then over the top of that put some meat and cheese, some more sauce, another layer, and we just kept doing the layers like that until the top layer was just sauce and cheese, or just cheese or something like that. The last layer was just, not very much stuff. Yeah. So when it was done, it was actually enough. We made enough in one little pan, like an 11 by 9 by 11 pan. Mm-hmm. To feed both Melissa and I for 2 days.
Really?
And we had extras. Like it was a lot of food. Anyway, when we ate it though, it cut exactly like lasagna, tasted exactly like lasagna. You could taste a little bit of the spaghetti squash, but spaghetti squash tastes good anyway. And I've even seen lasagna where people put squash in the lasagna. So if you're using spaghetti squash, or cucumber, either one works.
My wife has made spaghetti out of spaghetti squash, so.
Well, that's the Ghetto Chef.
I have that little thing you just pull like this.
The Ghetto Chef thing is cheese grater. You can use a cheese grater to do that, and we have one that it cranks and it makes spaghetti noodles. Yeah, we've got ones that are spaghetti noodles that you crank it and it makes the spaghetti noodles.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we've got that also, but squash. Spaghetti squash, regular squash, the squash or cucumbers, any one of those three can be used in lieu of whatever noodle you're using to make whatever you're using. Mm-hmm. So if you're making any kind of pasta with a red sauce, you can replace the noodles with squash or cucumbers. Right?
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
You would agree with that?
Sure.
You've done that, yes?
Well, actually, no, but we put squash in the lasagna before.
Well, see, yeah, so it matches.
Yeah,
because
it's fine. My wife is a heck of a cook, so she does a lot of interesting things to get.
Run that by her. Lasagna, just make the lasagna like you would normally make lasagna, however you would normally do it, except for the noodles. Replace those with spaghetti squash or cucumber
Right.
Thin cucumber. They sell that thing for the smaller. It's got to be about that big around, about that big around, about this big around or less. This big around or less. This is about 3 inches. They sell a device for like $15 to $20. That's a hand crank thing that has a blade on it that you put your thing on it, and then when you crank it, it literally makes sheets of the squash or whatever.
Right, okay.
And you take those sheets instead of using noodles, so you can make sheets. So run that by your old lady. Lady.
Oh, yeah. O-L-E.
Oh no.
Not O-L-T.
Oh lady, as in
O-faced.
family friendly.
Sorry.
Ready for the next segment?
Sure.
Prison rules.
Prison rules.
Prison rules.
Prison rules.
Until I shut the microphones off earlier, I didn't realize how well they're working today. Like, I don't even have to talk very loud, and it's like working really well. Like when I look at like this, I can see the UV meter. See the meter?
Mm-hmm.
The microphones are working really well.
Yeah.
You like how yours is hanging there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Equal distance.
Don't have to be. Haha. See.
Watch out.
See how easy
You did it
is?
too.
That's what I'm saying. See how easy it is.
I like this.
You put them up there.
I like this setup.
All right. So for prison rules, okay. So check this out. So my youngest today, she was like, "Hey, Daddy, I can do what you do. Watch." I do that to the kids all the time. I go, I like to mess with them.
You like how I zoomed in on you? When you did that?
That's fine, yeah. So my youngest, we're sitting there doing this, and for me, it's cute because when I was a kid, I was a big Fonzie fan from Happy Days, right?
Hey.
Yeah, so that was my thing. So whenever I would meet new people, my mom would be like, "Oh, this is my son Jamie." Hey, I would tell people, "Hey," So, anyways, okay, yeah. I'm nicknamed after my aunt. Let's don't go into that. So
Not Janie.
Jamie.
Because Janie has a gun.
Yeah.
But Jamie doesn't. Jamie is crying. Get it?
Jamie's crying.
Jamie's crying. You know what I'm talking about? You know the song?
On the inside.
Okay, I'll stop. I'll try not to interrupt
All
this
right.
time.
So I was teaching my kid this, right? Kinda. In that, like, I do things with the kids, right? So I don't know if y'all can see this, right? But
Yeah, it looks different when I go like that.
you know how you do that kind of thing? You do that kind of thing?
Yeah.
And the kids get to doing that, and then I go.
Wait,
Hold on. Did you see that shit? So then the kids don't, at first they don't even know how to begin doing stuff like that. But what it does is it teaches them to work their face muscles.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So then I start messing with them like this. I wink at them. And so Charlie's at the point where she's starting to wink and she's starting to, and I've already taught them both to whistle. So they both know how to whistle. And my
Do you know how to whistle?
oldest, oh yeah. I can whistle all different kind of ways. My oldest can whistle blowing out and sucking air in.
I can do that.
Which I taught her to do.
You can do that too?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty simple. But I can also whistle where you can hear me 2 blocks away. I can do that one. My mom has to like put her fingers in her mouth or something. But she used to do that when we were kids. The park was like half a block away. She'd let us go play at the park and then...
Wind of change.
Yeah, okay.
Scorpions.
All right, cool. Awesome. So anyways, back to my kids. We're talking about my kids. So anyways, so I do the thing too, right? And they're like, "How do you do that, Daddy?" Well, look, if you don't practice it, you can't do it. And it's like anything. And one day I just decided, you know what? I'm going to practice it.
Like this.
Yeah. Or I do this one with them too.
Can you do that?
Where you do each finger.
Can you do this?
Probably, but I don't know if I can do that with my left hand. I'm surprised I can do that with my right now. Anyways, so I do little things like that, so it gets them messing around and having fun with it. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm teaching my youngest one. That's why we're doing this. I just wanted to set it up, because when I first started saying it, it sounded kind of strange. Like the kid's like, "Hey, Daddy, I can do what you do," and then all of a sudden now my kid's like Fonzie or something, which actually my youngest is, which made it cute, because she's a cool kid. She's the cool kid.
Cool cat.
Kaylee's the hard charging, get the hell out of my way if you're not gonna help me kind of person. Yeah. Charlie's like the, hey, hi, I'm Charlie. How you doing? Yeah. Well, it's good to meet you. What's your name again? You know what I mean? She's just a different kid like that. Anyways, so we're having this interaction, and I heard thump, 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 and then boom, right? My wife was downstairs. My wife was downstairs and she was moving stuff around. So at first that was my thought. And then I heard Kaylee really loud. And my wife sounded, there's that level when your wife says something, you're like, oh, something's wrong. And I came running around the corner, and of course, poor Charlie, she didn't know what was happening, so she got a little upset. 'Cause she's like, I thought we was doing the thing, like the thing, Daddy. Where are you going? And I'm like, pow, Heisman the kid, pow, stay there. I'm running off downstairs. I'm running to Kaylee, So anyways, got down there, and she had fallen down the stairs. She had slippers on.
Your wife?
No, the kid.
The kid, oh.
Kaylee fell. So I had one kid was keeping her busy, but the other one decided actually my wife, and now that I think about it, she wasn't just messing around. My wife had sent her to get something. She had come upstairs and then she was headed back downstairs. Well, she had her hands full, and she's supposed to use the railing. She knows that, right? And we tell them that. But when her hands are full and she's trying to hurry down the stairs, she wasn't paying attention. And the funny thing was, whatever she was carrying, I can't remember what it was now. I did 10 seconds ago. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, she threw it and tried to grab the railing, I guess. She told me the story. She remembered everything until she hit the bottom. And then for a second, she didn't remember nothing. So I was like, yeah, well, she probably got a concussion.
From falling down the stairs.
From hitting the door, probably, yeah. But that's what it sounds like. So anyway, she said she reached up, tried to grab the pole to break her fall, which it didn't, and she ended up sliding down the rest
holding
of the stairs.
onto the pole?
At first. Oh. But eventually her feet went too far down the stairs, and so then she went down the stairs. So she actually, on her back, went down like 4 or 5 stairs maybe. But when she went down, she hit something with her head. Because she said she remembered her neck was sore.
She probably
Not her head, but
she probably
her
hit her head on the railing, maybe.
Maybe.
On the railing.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. See, you got to go by what she said.
I've passed
nobody saw
out
what
many
happened.
times, and that's the kind of thing that we do.
I don't know why you don't drink.
You hit stuff on your way down.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So she seems okay. She strained the back of her leg or something. But, she does yoga. And I don't know, for a while there I had her stretching out with me in the mornings and whatnot, but
wow.
She's in great shape, bro. She's a beast, dude.
Is she
run
bruised?
Around the house today, huh?
Is she bruised or anything?
Not a bruise on her.
Wow.
I'm telling you, there's something freakish about that girl. So anyways, so I don't know, the kids thing today was quite a different situation, because then I had one where I'm trying to watch her and be like, is she okay? Is she concussed? What's wrong with her? And then the other one's like, all day she's traumatized today, because yesterday I didn't finish going, and doing the and whatever else. I'm like, kid, I love you. You're such a nice kid. You could play with 20 people. And poor Kaylee, no one plays with Kaylee, because Kaylee's too hardcore. Nobody wants to mess with her.
Yeah.
That's how I hurt my shoulders, because the two of them was wrestling with me. And then the one who's normally a nice one was the one that sneak attacked me. She reached around behind me and grabbed my shirt. And when I landed on my elbow, and it messed up my shoulder, tore my labrum, actually is what happened apparently. And then because I didn't let it heal properly, now my elbow and my wrist are all messed up.
Where's your wrist brace?
I know, it's in the car. That's why I said I didn't bring my stuff. I'm supposed to be wearing the shoulder thing, too.
Tape it up.
I found out I tore my labrum.
Labrum? I thought he was talking about something else.
The tendon that goes from the chest to the shoulder, or whatever it's called.
I can hear the air conditioner. Speaking of that,
I know, I can hear it too. So,
now
oh
feel
yeah, yeah, baby.
They can't see what you just
my
did.
balls.
Feel how nice that is.
Can I say that? Yeah, I felt it, dude.
That's
I'm
nice.
Good. I'm good. Actually, you know what, man? Let me borrow that, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could put it. You might want to even put that directly on it.
I am. Put it right there. Oh, thanks.
It's like a warming thing.
Oh.
It's like a heating pad.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see how really good this heating is.
Yeah, there's a RC
great
cola in the fridge if you want to put something cold on it.
No, heat's my friend, according to Hummel.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, Dr. Hummel is like the foremost orthopedic surgeon.
He made a telescope.
And just because he went to the same college as my father-in-law, apparently I get special privileges.
He made a telescope.
Oh,
the Hummel telescope.
That's funny. Shoot, I didn't even think about that.
I know. You know why?
Because I'm
Asperger's.
Huh?
I connect dots to where there shouldn't be.
Oh, I know. We all do.
Yeah.
Oh no, me and you do. Other people don't.
Well, you know,
That's right. I forgot.
You were talking about your daughter falling.
Yes.
The last time I passed out, I passed out in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like you know how there's a counter and there's a sink on the counter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so there was.
You're a dork, Jeff.
On the wall, there's the toothbrush holder on the wall. Okay, so on my way down, I took out the toothbrush holder, hit the sink, hit the counter, kept going, hit the toilet. So I first hit this side. I went this direction, and I hit the toothbrush holder, which knocked me back this other direction, and I bounced off the sink, bounced off the counter, and then bounced off the toilet.
Oh,
and
dang.
Then ended up in the hospital.
So that's what's wrong with you.
With under observation.
So that's what's wrong with you then.
Yeah, my old lady says I'm a dork.
I know, I saw that. I said you're
She
a dork,
remembers
Jeff.
that too because I was laying on the floor. You know how many times?
Oh shoot!
You know how many times I'd be laying on the floor in the bathroom, and I'll text her and I'll be like, "Hey, can you bring me my cane?" I think I fell.
I think I fell.
I can't remember, but I think I fell, and I would have like cuts on my chin or a bruise somewhere. I can't remember how I got that.
That's why your
Somehow
wife's
I fell.
mad all the time.
Oh, dude, I fall sometimes.
It's like I married an older man. I didn't realize I was marrying an invalid.
Yeah.
Gotta take care of. For
Invalid
the rest of
means invalid means invalid.
Invalid does not mean invalid. Invalid means invalid.
So that wasn't the end of your thing, was it? Really?
Yeah, my
Here-
prison rules today was the kids just.
I got an idea. What we need to do
Excuse me.
is we need to have like that.
Excuse me.
And when you get to the end of your segment, you can go like this to let me know you're near the end of your segment.
What
So-
does it matter?
So I wanna be able
It
to-
takes 30 minutes to get to the end of my segment sometimes, bro.
Well, I was thinking.
Like you were bragging about how short your segments are. I thought, thank goodness they are, because when I do my segments, it's like psh, we start here,
Yeah, but
but then we end up way
But it
over
seems
here.
like it seems like I'm interrupting you way too much because I'm trying to keep the show rolling, and then it seems like I'm interrupting you when I shouldn't be interrupting you because I'm trying to keep the show rolling.
It's because it's all you doing what you do best, Jeff, right, which keep the show
Call me
going.
Joe. I will knock you up. So I went to the thrift store and I was looking for different things, and you know how I fall a lot.
Oh gosh.
I found this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you fell at the thrift store.
I found this thing.
Oh, whoa, dude, that's a blind man's thingy, ain't it?
No,
Oh.
this is just a cane, just a normal cane, and it can be adjusted for height, so I can adjust it higher for my height. It's a folding cane, nice folding cane with this ornate top right there.
Let me see that.
Ornate cane, nice ornate top,
Wow.
nice solid metal. with this the way the folding works is it has like bungee in there, so you can fold it up and hold it, but when you're ready to actually walk with it, all you do is release it, and it automatically unfolds. Yeah, you don't need to twist it like this. It's just bungee, and this is just to adjust height. So when you're walking around and you're like, I need to use my cane, you just, and it automatically, did it hit you? Mm-mm. So it automatically goes into a cane so you could start using it. Okay, cool. How much you think I paid for that at the thrift store?
$3.
It's like you're psychic, dude.
I go to the thrift store a lot, dude.
$3. $3 for this cane. You know how much they are?
Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you. Like
this cane right here is
that's what you
28 euro.
You know what we used to do, dude?
No, 28 euro. You know what that, or 38 euro, something like $34. They sell these online for $34.
Wow.
So if you go to the store, you could probably
we should do a thrift store Price is Right. You know
we could. Well, that's part of the
awesome?
That's part of the thing though. Is
I mean, we could do like a fundraiser where we do that. You know what I mean?
Maybe, I don't know.
We get people to come in, they pay so much per plate, and then.
So you notice the ornateness?
3% of the donations go to charity, and then me and you and all our friends get to spend all the money.
Trying to cast shadow on it so they can see the ornateness. So you can get one without the ornateness and without the nice handle
for $3.
For $13. $13 at Walmart with just a normal handle. Yeah, might be plastic or aluminum or something. Yeah. Sometimes they have wooden handles or whatever, but. This one, they sell these online at specialty crippled people stores. I don't know what they call those places. Handicap supply stores, $34 or $32, something like that.
Okay.
So that was my thrift store find. I keep this. Guess where I keep this? I normally keep this in my trunk, but I started keeping this because it's a folding one. In my bug out bag.
Yeah, in case you need to beat someone with it.
Well, I get sciatica a lot. And sometimes it hits me, and I'm sort of normal, don't feel it, and then all of a sudden, boom, and I cannot move, I can't walk, I can't get anywhere. So I keep a cane in my car. I keep a cane at multiple places at the house. I should keep one up here. So I've always got a cane with me. I use mic stand up here if I need to get around. Just use a mic stand.
Really?
Not one of these, the regular mic stand. Okay. Anyway, but there you go. So I went to the thrift store.
Pretty cool.
So this next segment is called Comedy Whore.
Comedy Whore!
I'm going to put this away.
You're a whore.
You like how I put that away?
You're a whore.
You know, I didn't even need my notes in the last two segments.
So, I think my wife sabotaged me because I'm a comedy whore.
You think so?
I think so. She's trying to act like this was an accident, but I don't know, man. Look, you know what the poop tea is, right?
We talked about the poop tea last week.
Okay.
Or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. Okay, so that's right, because that's why I went and got the tea. Duh. But the one I got's like an organic, I think it's called Smooth Move or something funny like that, which is cool. And it tastes good. Like it's got berries and whatnot. And then I bought my wife some Pau d'Arco tea.
Donnie Darko?
Pau. That must be his cousin or something.
Pau.
Yeah, Pau d'Arco. P-A-U and then D''Arco. And I believe it is a South American tree bark or something.
I love tea.
That they make tea out of, but it's supposed to be good for fibromyalgia. It helps with inflammation.
Yeah.
And infections and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the Donnie Darko tea's trippy.
So anyways, I got 2 cups together. The problem is, it's the same company, and the little tea bag thingies, they look the same. Exact for me for before the show to mix with some juice instead of using honey or whatever. Sometimes I'll mix it with juice. I'll cool it, mix it with juice, and then drink it. So honey,
like an Arnold Palmer.
Sort of, but yeah. So
COVID.
Bless you.
COVID.
Oh gosh, where's your mask? Oh God, we're not 6 feet apart. Oh God.
Look, if you don't wear your damn mask, you better wear your mask.
That is not going to stop you sneezing on me.
Hit you with a spoon. Sorry. This is my you better wear a damn mask stick. It even has a handle on it.
I told my wife, I said, listen, okay, pour these 2 teas. I'm boiling water. I'm going to take a shower. Pour these 2 teas. Put the plate over the top for 5 minutes to steep. They both say that you put the plate over the top. You ever do this?
Yes.
To steep. And now, sometimes they have a mug that you can buy that they have the little ceramic top that you can put on it, and those are really cool.
Or some of them have a teacup with a saucer.
Right.
So you were going to say that just a second? I'm sorry.
No, I was not, but exactly right. So I'm like, hey, pour these, put the plate on top of them, okay? Then the one on the right, put in the fridge to let it cool. The one on the left, which you put 3 ice cubes in it, okay? Stir it up for me real nice. So when I come in here, I'm just going to pour it in my juice and put some ice cubes in it. It'll be good to go. Okay, so I said the one on the right. And I don't know, maybe she doesn't know her left from her right today.
Yeah.
I don't know, she's had a heck of a couple of days. Anyways, so she put the wrong one in the fridge and put the ice in the wrong one.
Which is...
and I would have picked up on it sooner.
Human error,
Except for I went ahead and poured it in my juice.
But it didn't taste good. It didn't taste good in the juice?
No, that's what I'm saying. The tea's good. It tastes better than the Pau d'Arco. That should have been my tip. Because the Pau d'Arco is not very good. But when you pour the Pau d'Arco in the juice, you can't really... You know what I mean? So it took me a while to figure out what the heck was going on. By then, I already drank almost the whole tea. So when you said tonight that we're going to do this, where we're going to do break, for commercial, I was like, good, because at any moment...
My Donnie Darko is going to be going through.
Tea, no, the smooth move tea was what I ended up with. That was supposed to be for tonight.
I didn't even catch it earlier. Yes. Did you say smooth move earlier?
Yes. So smooth move and Pau d'Arco were 2 different things. And the Pau d'Arco I was going to drink now because it helps with inflammation.
Shut up.
I'm having some problems. So she put the wrong tea in there. So I'm going to have the Pau d'Arco when I get home. But I may have a smooth move before I leave.
I'm very familiar with all the teas you're talking about because I drink all those.
I can't remember the name of the brand either. I'm so mad.
You know how we...
Because I looked at it before I left too.
You know how I'm like colorblind?
Yes.
So even
not
if,
like colorblind, you are.
So even if
mostly,
even if there are 2 tags that are different color, sometimes I can't tell the color. Right. So what we do is we take the teas out of the boxes that they're in, put them in Ziploc bags, and I have a tea rack on the back of a door. So we have this tea rack on the back of the door, and the teas are in these Ziplocs.
Okay.
And if it's a tea,
that's smart.
If it's a tea that I can't tell the difference in the tags, I cut off the package, what it is, and I put it inside the Ziploc bag so that I know what it is, because I can look at the side and know what it is. And if it's too difficult to look at or to tell the difference, I'll mark them all ahead of time. I'll mark them all so I know which one's which.
Excuse me. Well, and that's the thing. I don't normally have multiple cups of tea going.
I'm talking about just in the closet.
I know, but I'm just saying. I open it up and I
go, what's what? I don't know.
So let alone multiple types of tea, and like I made it very confusing. So I can imagine that she did it on accident. I don't know, but some part of me wonders if she's like laughing right now.
We've got on the like, top. She's probably like, yeah.
She probably drank the Pau d'Arco. Was like,
the top
I don't know. It's good for fibromyalgia. That's why I got it for her.
The top two are like caramel and something else, which is like some weird fruit flavors. The middle is like normal black tea, green tea, normal non-flavored tea.
He's still cracking out on
the next one.
OCD
The next one
organization of
is
his tea.
all the herbal teas, various herbal teas, and then the bottom row are teas that have a purpose. Smooth Move, Throat Coat, the pepper, the cayenne pepper tea. So there's different ones for different ailments that you could take. Sleepy time, if you really want to go to bed, really relax you. There's one like a sleepy time type one that's like a more of a relaxing type tea. And then there's like the peppermint tea, and so on the bottom row are all what do you call those? Teas that do something. Therapeutic teas.
Therapeutic.
Something that does something.
I don't know why they call it therapeutic. I call it cure.
Well,
it just made me feel better.
Teas that do something, as opposed to teas that just taste good, as opposed to teas that are utilitarian, like sweet tea teas, like that have no flavor. So like they're not extra stuff in them,
Gotcha.
So you've got those categories separated out, and then on the top shelf are like seasonal teas, like.
Well, let me ask you a question, man, because my wife is
caramel apple. Who thought of caramel apple tea?
Is oblivious to white tea.
Oh, white tea.
White
oh my
tea
gosh.
is
Dude, I'm telling you.
Right?
White tea, bro.
Because it's in between the green and the black.
Yeah.
For caffeine levels.
And it has a very smooth, distinct flavor. It's very smooth and distinct. And you don't want to make a cup of it.
It reminds me of the difference between like a pear and an apple.
See, I like it hot. I don't like... I like my white tea hot.
Yes.
I don't really like the white tea cold, but if for some reason it sits there for an extended period of time and it gets cold,
tea is good.
Yeah. We got like 3 different peaches.
Yeah.
3 different styles of peach.
Man,
different kinds of peach. Raspberry. We get raspberry tea. Man, one of these days I'll take a picture of my tea cabinet. And I'll bring it in and show you all the different teas. Lemon.
Dude, I will plots, bro.
The lemon tea.
I'm gonna lose my friggin' mind. I love lemon tea, bro.
There's the lemon tea.
And you sing, so I imagine that's probably.
Well, the throat coat is the one that I use for the singing with the mallow root. Mallow root tea. Mallow root.
I remember.
Throat coat.
Interesting.
Which that guy at Price Chopper though.
Oh,
he has a different idea of throat coat.
Sure, he uses that nightly, just in case.
Nightly. So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm just waiting for the
comedy horror.
Smooth Move.
Oh, well. Speaking of smooth move, if it doesn't happen during the smoke break.
Well, I mean, we're half an hour from the end, dude. I highly doubt I'm gonna.
We could call it
blast out right now.
We could call it a smoke break. So.
We could. We're only gonna do a couple commercials, probably, right?
Yeah, we're gonna play a couple commercials here in a minute. Yes. So.
Not now or in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing some commercials in the next segment. Pathetic Pet of the Week, comedy Judo, taking out the trash in the next segment. So that's gonna be the
final
next
segment.
Final segment, yeah.
Woo, we're in the home stretch, baby.
Yeah.
How'd you like to eliminate your expensive cable bill forever or get new satellite internet where cable can't go? Well, now you can have affordable satellite internet service for a few dollars a day. All you need is a mini satellite installed, and you can have unlimited internet connections wirelessly in your home or office. And no cable boxes means unlimited connections and no clutter. You can surf the internet or stream any of your favorite television services with no cable. And the best part is, satellite internet service costs only a few dollars a day for your entire home. Yes, fast internet to surf or stream television for a few bucks a day. Call now for free details and learn how to drop your expensive cable bill.
800-430-8761. 800-430-8761. 800-430-8761. That's 800-430-8761.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-218-9520. 800-218-9520. 800-218-9520. That's 800-218-9520.
You back? Yeah. So you know what I think is funny is I do the bumper music abruptly. I don't fade it in and out like everybody else. All the other radio people, they fade it in and out.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm writing something down. I don't mind. You can do it either way, dude. Look, whatever your style is, it'll become distinct and people will recognize it, so it'll be fun.
So we're going to do, the next segment is Pathetic Pet of the Week. After this, we're going to be doing Comedy Judo, so if Mrs. Onyx will get the picture ready for after this segment. By the way, she's listening in the chat room.
Yeah.
So what I might end up doing is in the chat room say...
tell people to go to the freaking chat room, didn't we? We forgot to tell people to go to the chat room.
No, I told them in the beginning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Christopher Pemberton was not there.
I told her in the chat room, pet and then judo.
Pet and then judo.
So the pathetic pet of the week.
Who's judo?
The pathetic pet of the week is Fergie.
That bitch from the Black Eyed Peas?
Nope.
Wears a collar?
This is Fergie. Meet Fergie.
What?
Fergie.
Wow, it looks like that bitch from Black Eyed Peas. Look at how her eyes are crossed.
I was going to say, Fergie.
I'm sorry, I said bitch twice. But it's a female dog. Can I say it?
Fergie's a Chihuahua, adult female, medium-sized Chihuahua located in Olathe, Kansas. She has her vaccines up to date.
Cross-eyed, mostly deaf.
She's spayed. Oh. She's in the special needs section. She's neutered and has special needs. She's cross-eyed and is mostly deaf. So she has a really hard time seeing and she has a hard time hearing. And she's sweet.
So she needs a service human.
I gotta read. That's funny. Okay, so she's Fergie, a sweet 18-month-old Chiweenie. She's a Chihuahua wiener dog. She weighs about 10 pounds. She's available for adoption. By the way, all of the animals that we've been showing on the Pathetic Pet of the Week have been listed on this thing for more than 30 days, meaning that they're really hard for people to adopt them.
This one especially.
Yeah. She's at Positive Tails Dog Rescue. Positive Tails doesn't have very much of a positive tale to tell about her. She's great with people and dogs. Fergie seems to be house trained, and potty pad trained.
She seems to be house trained.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Due to her size and disabilities, no kids under 12.
How do you train her if she's deaf, dude?
Don't do that.
No.
And she's cross-eyed, so she can barely see what she's
right. She can't see hand signals, and she can't hear you.
So no kids under 12. Fergie doesn't maneuver stairs very well. She doesn't walk on a leash very well. She's a spaz. She's a total spaz. She needs a fenced-in yard to run around. Minimal stairs preferred. It seems Fergie has significant hearing impairment because she doesn't listen. Look, lady, hold on a second. Stop. You didn't even hear the best part. Here's what you need to know. Chihuahuas don't listen. That's the thing with Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas don't listen. Okay? So the whole thing about the Chihuahuas not listening is they just don't listen to what's going on.
Man.
Oh, I'll tell them about it. My old lady in the chat room wanted me to tell you about something. So she may have a listening problem. She may be hearing impaired, but she might just be a Chihuahua, because I tell you what, my dogs don't listen either. Hey, don't get in the litter box. And what do? Get in the litter box. Hey, don't go over there. Don't do that.
Eat the cat poop. What do? Eat the cat poop.
So my dogs must be hearing impaired too, because they don't listen. Maybe
I
it's just
couldn't help
thing.
it, dude. That just made me laugh.
She's available for meet and greets if you just want to meet her and see if she's compatible. You can do meet and greets, and then after the meet and greets, she can go home. She got her spay October 30th. So if you're interested, go to
the day before Halloween. That's messed
PositiveTailsKC.org, and positive is PAWSITIVETAILS KC.org. Positivetales.org if you want to know more information about it. You can also email info@positivetails.com. And like I said, she's in Olathe, Kansas. And again, this...
Oh, she is sweet.
This is Fergie. Let's see if it's catching it. Yep. This is Fergie. That's Fergie.
Oh, man.
So if you want to see Fergie up close, that's Fergie up close. And that's Fergie up close. Look. Fergie's looking at the little hand.
I'm not looking. Nope.
I'm actually surprised that you're losing it so much on this dog thing.
That hurt so long. I feel bad. Let's see what your wife said.
Okay, so she wanted me to tell you about the dog on the side of the road by our house because people are a-holes. Okay, there's a dead German Shepherd in the road.
Oh my gosh.
Down the street from our house.
Oh man, okay.
So somebody thought it would be a good idea to tie a get well soon balloon around the dog's foot.
Nuh-uh.
So the carcass is laying there, and somebody took a get well soon balloon and tied it to the dead dog's foot.
That's a little weird.
Guess who's not going to get well soon? The dead dog. That's kind of mean.
I was going to say the person who, the psycho person who put it on the dog.
Yeah.
He's not getting any better.
You know what's really funny is we're going to have at least 20 minutes in this last part. Are you going to have 20 minutes worth of stuff?
What do you mean?
For the taking
I
out?
always have 20 minutes worth of stuff. Kidding me?
Oh, wait, no. We have Comedy Judo. That's
I was
right.
going to say, we still have Comedy Judo.
Comedy Judo.
You know me. I can do 20 minutes
So,
without even blinking.
Do we have... Here, let me send her a message and ask her if we have the picture. Picture, please.
It is true, though. People are jerks, man.
People are. Picture, please. So we're waiting for the picture to be loaded. And when the picture's loaded, then we will load it up.
Raccoons, they'll run over dogs and cats. And...
Yeah. So in this next segment, normally it was originally called the 60-second writing session. Okay. Here we go. Wait, let me put it up for everybody else to see.
Oh, boy.
Comedy Judo.
I don't think we can show this one to people, Jeff.
Yeah, we can.
That's got to be censored.
No. You know what I forgot to do? Which window is that? Hold on. Oh, yeah. It's this one. Here we go. Reconnecting.
Really?
Reconnecting.
Wow, we're not doing well.
Here we go. No, I mean reconnecting the photo. This is the picture. That's the picture. You know, it looks different color. I'm colorblind, but that definitely looks like a different color on there than over here.
Yeah. 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 It is. That's because the screen's got a whole better color.
You think so?
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. This is going to be our... So we have 60 seconds to write a joke about what we just saw. Okay? What we're looking at. Are you ready, kids? You ready to go?
I am ready.
I am ready too. Here we go. We're going to do... I don't know which song I want to do. This one. Oh, excuse me.
Alright. Oh, that's good music for this.
Just a little bit more. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Just 10 seconds more. All right then. All right. I wrote one joke. What'd you write? You wrote like 4 different things.
You already know.
Is that 4?
Yeah, and I can usually get to 3, but sometimes 4.
Well, you're writing captions, and I even shorthanded mine.
Oh, I've got more than captions. I always do one of each. It seems it's weird.
Okay. You're first.
Well, the first thing I thought was, has anyone out there seen Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Wouldn't that be a great one to put on there?
Yeah.
They call him Beanie Face or something.
Beanie Face, yeah.
But then I was like, excuse me, miss, is that a big clit or a small penis you have?
Ah.
Yes. And then for the caption, I actually went with... like it would be more like a headline.
Yeah.
Why would I look at you? Hermaphrodite bell pepper found. I thought that'd be.
It's almost like we're talking to each other through our brains.
The new improved pocket pussy for veggie files.
We can't say that. Okay, you ready?
All right.
Ready your mind?
Excuse me.
This just in, a new bell pepper, a new vegetable has just been discovered. It's the new hermaphrodite bell pepper. It's a spicy pepper whose pronouns are they, them, and chocolate pudding. They, them, and chocolate pudding.
It's a bell pepper that identifies as a jalapeno.
No, it identifies as chocolate pudding.
I was just joking. Yeah.
Get it? It's obviously chocolate pudding, and if you don't think so, you are homophobic.
That is true. I am vegophobic.
Vegophobic. Don't be all vegophobic.
That was friggin' awesome, dude.
Thank you, Mrs. Onyx, for being... She's our... I would call her... what do you call it? I would call her a producer. I would say she produces. She produces some of the funniest stuff that we do in there.
She does.
She's a very...
I get you.
Very good producer. I call her my producer. See, this is married with comedy, not you fly solo all the time and you don't have anybody to help out. My wife helps me out. Your wife helps you out by giving you stories to tell about her.
Yeah.
And my wife helps
inadvertently.
With
she inadvertently helps me out.
She's actually doing research right now to help generate funds for what we've got going on. So.
Well, I'll tell you
awesome.
this. Any way that we can figure out to generate funds, would greatly benefit
We're looking
both
for,
you and I.
Yeah, we're looking for
Jeff.
more sponsors. We've been playing some commercials and stuff, but those are pay per whatever commercials. Like we don't get paid unless somebody actually calls and partakes of their services.
But you got to put like the code in too, don't you?
No, it's based on the phone number. So if somebody calls that phone number and they use the service that's there, we get credit for that. So
wow, so each company has an individual phone number. That's got to be wild.
Well, each radio station. So our radio station, we've been assigned those.
Gotcha.
And because the show is part of the radio station, if the radio station generates revenue, then
What?
If we start, I got to warn you though, because my wife's a producer.
She gets her cut.
She gets her cut.
Now wait a minute. Now that's weird because then that's thirds. She only gets like small percentage
No,
cut.
she gets like half.
Y'all ain't getting 2/3, and I'm getting 1/3.
We each get
That's
a quarter,
worse.
and she gets half.
No, we each get half, and she gets whatever you're part of what you make. We each get 10%.
She's gonna get whatever I get anyway. Whatever I get anyway, she gonna get. So she'll end up getting 66%, and you'll get 33.3%. She'll get 66.6%.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not comfortable with that.
She'll get 66%. You get 34%. You like how I go into my
I have no idea.
Southern accent?
Yeah, what was that, like Georgia Southern?
I got my southern accent because I was talking about some boiled peanuts.
Some boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts. I'm going to get some
penis.
boiled peanuts.
Bald
And I'm
penis.
saying peanuts.
Bald penis. Is that not what you're saying?
No. Okay, so we've got what?
Drag queen's favorite.
58 and a half minutes. So we've got about 12 minutes left. I don't
We
know.
have roughly 10 minutes and some change.
12 minutes. So
2 minutes of injury time.
So taking out the trash is your segment. Normally,
Yes.
it's where you do your thing alone, but
I'm thinking maybe we should just open
bounce
that
it
up.
off.
Yeah, we'd open that up and we end it with
Who's
that.
going to start, with you or me?
However you want to do it. I mean, I'm cool with either way.
I'm
Because it sounds like you've got a good one.
chomping at the bit.
Why don't you go first, especially
So
this week?
I've got not only a deviated septum, but I broke my nose so many times that if I wear an actual mask
It hurts.
or or a scarf or something over my face, it hurts if I have it on for an extended period of time. Like I could wear it for a little bit. Like if I wanted to go into
Like I got so tired of it, I didn't care if Walmart kicked me out. I pulled my mask down.
whenever I go into one of our partner stores, a lot of the stores that we work with, I will actually put on the bandana or whatever. I use a bandana. I'll put on it because it covers my beard too.
Yeah,
I put on the
it's
bandana
easier to
and I go
breathe,
into
too.
the grocery store, but I'm only in there for like a few minutes. But when we're doing the donation thing, we're out there for hours at a time, and I cannot put a thing on my face for hours. So I was at one of the locations there. I'd been there multiple times during the pandemic thing that's going on, and I don't wear a mask because I'm outside.
Right.
I'm outside. I'm not wearing a mask. It's outside. So I guess I was too close. I was 10 feet from the door, and this customer complained that the manager comes out and says, "Hey, I'm going to have to ask you to put on a mask while you're on the property."
Because one person didn't like it that you're not wearing a mask, and
So my response was, "No, I'm not putting on a mask. I will pick up my stuff and leave before I'll put on a mask." And he said, "Well, I'm not kicking you out. I'm just asking you to wear a mask." I said, "I understand." It was probably a customer that said something. He said, "Yeah." I said, "I understand customers, but I'm outside. The CDC requirements talk about if you're outside, you don't need a mask. I mean, I don't need a mask. But I understand. Can we compromise? I won't wear a mask because I'm not going to wear one, and maybe I move another 20 feet away from the door. So I'm already 10 feet away from the door. I'll move another 20 feet away from the door. I'll move all the way over there so that if somebody has a problem with me sitting there without a mask, they can go way around and not even be anywhere near
way
me.
beyond the 6 feet.
And if somebody wants to come up to me, and here's the crazy thing, I'm behind a table. I'm 6 feet behind a table.
Right.
So if somebody comes up to my table to drop a donation for the organization in there, they're over 6 feet away from me. They're over 6 feet away from me when they put money in the thing, and if they stand there talking to me, we're 6 feet away.
Right.
Over 6 feet away.
Ish.
And that's if they come up to me to talk to me.
Right.
So then I moved another 20 feet away, so now I'm 30 feet from the door, with ample room for people to get around me or whatever. So that's how we. So I thought about it, and I had seen every single employee when they came out of that place. As soon as they hit that door, the doorway, the entryway, they took off their mask. People doing shopping carts took off their mask. They went out, did the shopping carts, came in, and as soon as they were coming in with the shopping carts, they put their mask on before they walked in the door.
Who didn't do that though? Customers.
Only a few customers
wore their masks most of the time, all the way to their car.
Yeah.
And even some of them probably never took their mask off.
In front of the door, about
Stupid
5 feet in
idiots.
front of the door,
I shouldn't say that's not fair.
directly in front of the door, is a sign that says, "Masks are required masks are required before entry into the store due to government mandates. Thank you for supporting local grocery stores. We appreciate your help in this matter." And at the bottom of it, it has in small print, "Children under the age of 3 years old are not required to wear a mask," or are exempt, or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording. So children under the age of 3 don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah, because their
So
their stuff's not just
I finally asked the question, later on to the person
developed fully.
the person who was talking to me about wearing a mask. And I was like, "So I have to wear a mask if I'm out here?" "Yes." Or I'm far away? "Yes." "But if I go in the store, I have to wear a mask?" "Yes." "But why don't kids have to wear a mask?" "Well, because they don't have to wear a mask because they are low risk. They won't get sick if they get the coronavirus. They won't get sick. So they can go in the store without a mask."
But aren't they supposed to be scared of asymptomatic carriers?
And I said,
Sorry.
"So if I want to assume the risk on my own, I can go in without wearing a mask?" "No, because then if you have it and you don't know, you could spread it to other people."
So kids
And I
don't
said-
have to wear a mask who cannot decide for themselves.
And I said, "That little kid is more likely to spread a virus than I am. They don't call them snot-nosed brats for nothing.
That's funny.
They slobber on their fingers.
They sure
They
do.
touch stuff. They pick up packages and lick them and put them back on the shelf. They're little disgusting. I've got kids, but kids are disgusting, and they spread
You
germs.
don't like any of them?
They spread germs all over the place. I remember
I've got
back in the
kids,
day.
but I can't stand them motherfuckers.
My wife says I compare another way.
Excuse me.
I remember back in the day, my youngest son would come visiting me because he lives with his mom. He would come visit me and he would use hand sanitizer after he went to the bathroom. And he was, instead of washing his hands, he would use hand sanitizer. And this is years ago. And I said, "Hey, you need to go in the bathroom and wash your hands." "Why?" "Because you just went to the bathroom." "Well, but I use hand sanitizer." "Yeah, but you just went in the bathroom to take a poop and you had to wipe yourself. So the possibility of you getting poop on your hands, now when you have hand sanitizer, you're rubbing the hand sanitizer, spreading the poop around your hands.
But it's been sanitized. It's now dead poop.
But it doesn't matter. It's still poop. It's gross. I don't like it.
Yeah, but you're like germophobing now. So
it's just wash your hands like normal. So
sound like these people telling me to wear a mask.
point
like
being that
cracking out on
these little kids spread so much grossness because they don't understand proper hygiene. They don't understand
Wow.
simple proper hygiene, right? Would you say
No,
that's true?
Of course not. Yeah, they'd pick their butts and then chew on their fingernails. They don't know.
So these little kids are more likely to spread the virus if they were infected than I would be if I were infected, because I'm smart enough to keep distance away from people at least. And I understand the 6 feet thing. I have no problem with the 6 feet thing, and here's why. Because I know spittle can go maybe 6 feet if I'm talking to somebody. But if I reach around somebody and I grab something off the shelf
It
and
only
I'm within
goes
6
6
feet,
feet if you're coughing.
If you're coughing.
Or sneezing.
if I reach around you to get something off the thing, that should be no big deal. Like Dave Chappelle getting in a fist fight with somebody for being too close to him.
Which is hilarious because, now we're going to fight. Okay, so I can bust you in the mouth and we can exchange blood, but God forbid we breathe in each other's air bubbles?
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you people? That's like freaking what's his face? Cuddle Puddle.
But here's the
Cuddle
thing.
Puddle telling me I gotta wear a mask and I'm irresponsible and I'm killing people. And then while he's telling me that, he's confessing that his grandpa had it and that he had it. And then he's sitting there confessing all this and yelling at me while not wearing a mask and 15 beers into a case.
When I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond,
Idiots.
I had a lot of friends there that were in the gay community in Bed Bath & Beyond. And one of my friends there named Clifton.
Reasoning.
One of my friends there named Clifton, his partner died of AIDS and he had AIDS. And
Oh, that's rough.
nobody would eat lunch with him. Nobody would sit with him. Nobody would hang out with him. I was the only person in the building that would sit down and eat lunch with him. Not only would I eat lunch with him, sometimes I would bring lunch for both of us to share. We're not eating off the same spoon and junk like that, but I'm saying I would bring like a sandwich and go, here you go, Clifton. Here's a half a sandwich for you, and here's a half a sandwich for me, and here's some,
But he breathed on you, Jeff.
See what I'm saying? But
You got AIDS?
I thought it was weird that people
I'm sorry, I can't ask you. That's HEPA rules.
people in his own community,
idiots.
people in the community
Sorry,
they were hanging out with him
say
beforehand.
those things. I
They
say
would go to-
cuss words like it's
They would go
going out
to
of style.
They would go to hang out and do parties and go to stuff like that. As soon as this guy got AIDS, they stopped hanging out with him.
Really? That's messed up.
It is messed up. But I would
Especially
hang
nowadays.
but I'd be the only one to hang out with him.
Right, and how cruel is that? But then those are the same people going to tell you got to wear a mask because you have to think about other people's health. First of all, listen, if you're paying, hey, it
Did it
fell
come apart?
My-
Is it burning you?
No, but it's falling apart. What the hell is going on here, bro?
The top comes off, man. Be careful. That's why you're supposed to keep it in the damn thing.
Listen, I did keep it in the damn thing.
Oh man, you're breaking my stuff.
I'm not breaking it.
That's the
It's
hot
already on me.
That's the hot part.
There it is. I can feel it was still on me. Now I smell like a damn Zippo.
That's the hot part right there. Frick.
Frickin' frack.
Frick.
Frickin' frack.
Anyway, so we're 2 minutes left.
Fricker.
What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. And I'm going to tell you right now, my shoulder feels better. Just from the heat.
You need to get you one.
That's awesome,
They're like
dude.
$15.
I know. I can't get anything now.
I've got two of them. They come
The
in
wife
this nice
tells
little
me I can't
thing.
buy anything, and then she'll
all
go
you
in and
need-
spend $100 at the store for freaking stocking stuff.
You don't even need a Zippo to light it. You can use a Bic lighter. But I carry a Zippo because I like the style better. And I like the smell. I really like that smell. But you've got this one. What is that, silver or brass?
It's just, yeah, I don't even know if that's brass, is it? I don't know what it is.
Copper?
I think it's like a copper plating or something that they had on it. But it's just a...
Pewter?
yeah, maybe it's a pewter.
Pewter.
But, my grandpa gave it to me when he quit smoking pipes. He gave me a Zippo, dude. He gave me a badass Zippo that, in the middle of it, it has a hole.
Huh.
So when you're driving, you can flick the Zippo and just set it on top of the pipe bowl.
Yeah.
And then also when you light it in high winds, for whatever reason, it doesn't blow out.
Like those?
It has a hole in, yeah, let me see the Zippo real quick.
Right there.
Oh. It has a hole in here, a big hole in the middle. Look.
Yeah.
Has a big hole through that. And so then that way you can set it on top of your pipe for
Yeah.
not for weed pipes, but for regular pipes. You
Regular
set it on
pipes.
top of your pipe while you're driving. You can puff on your tobacco.
Well, at the last couple minutes of the
Cool.
show, I need to let you know. This is on Facebook. It's on it's going to be on YouTube. KCComedy.com. You can listen to live stream. This will be rebroadcast on Wednesday from 9 to 11. You can also find the podcast version of this on Anchor, on Spotify, on what's this thing called? Radio Public, on
The
Pcast.
the other one, I always forget the
Google Podcast,
love, man.
Breaker, and on Rumble.
Rumble, that's it. That's the one that I have.
Rumble's
And I can't
the
ever
Rumble's the
remember it.
YouTube alternative.
Yeah, Rumble's the YouTube alternative. Yeah, that's why I have it. I went ahead and got it because I'm about to jump off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Bye, YouTube.
Well, I mean, we're still gonna have this on YouTube.
No, I know. I'm getting tired of them censoring everything. Like, I'll share stuff, right, from YouTube onto Facebook. And then I shared the video, dude. I shared the video where they pulled the ballots out from under the table. Did you see what I showed? The little disclaimer they put on it?
Yeah.
Missing context. I'm sorry, excuse me.
It's a video.
Excuse me. What do you mean missing context? It is me literally just taking a video and resending it somewhere else. I didn't do anything to it. Missing context would mean what? That I didn't put the proper caption on it? Or that during the course of what she was saying, which was basically narrating what was happening in the video so that people who could not understand who certain people were and what they were doing, because I don't know.
They could say missing content. It would be like...
context.
Missing context.
Yes.
In the room, there were 60-watt light bulbs in the room. But because you didn't mention that, you're missing some context about the video.
You're missing context. Yeah, there's no way to verify who those people really were.
Speaking of that, isn't the lighting in this room perfect?
And there's no way to verify that those were actual votes.
Well,
maybe they found them and they were gonna live and they were like, we can't not count these. And then they just turned out they were all for a weekend at Biden's.
We're over by 2 minutes. Here we go.
Sorry.
Say goodbye, Nancy. Here we go. Let's do it. You've been listening to Married with Comedy with your hosts, James R. Freeman and Jeff Onyx. Join us next week. Join us next week if you can find us under the hollowed out tree stump in the middle of no man's land for Married with Comedy. Yeah. That was a good show.
Pretty